everyone, and welcome to Book Marketing Pro Academy, our action plan marketing strategy that we've been working on. This is week 6 of our plan, and it is entitled Setting Smart Goals. So today we're going to talk about goals because we have been doing all the things that you need to figure out where you want to place your goals, but now we're going to actually set them. We'll run a coaching session at bookmarketingproacademy.com when we hop on Zoom together. Hello, Gail. Good to see you. So let me walk through these questions that I have for you, and then I will place them in the Facebook group so that you have them front and center so you can actually start asking them yourselves. But what I called this training today is direction over distraction, because we often find ourselves trying to build our platform and our audience, and there are so many different ways to do it. And we try to use all the ways at once. And we've really been trying to hone on what are the 2 main ways that you feel that your audience could be reached best and that you want to develop a strategy for 90 days. This also refers to just really focusing in on that primary. So what's the main primary place that you really want to engage your readers, and then the secondary place that could be part of that strategy as well. So direction over distraction. So without clear goals, your energy is really going to be scattered. You can post, you can share, you can write, you can even speak, but without direction, it all kind of just muddles together and gets diluted. So we have a goal that will hopefully bring you focus and momentum and turn the ideas that you have into forward movement. We want you to move forward. And that's why we are creating a plan to help you gain momentum in reaching your audience. I created an acronym for us that will help us recognize how to really create your goals. And so I did it with the word SMART. So my idea is make your goals smart. So here we go. I'm going to do the letters. So S is be specific. When you're making a goal, what exactly is it that you want to accomplish? So be specific. That's the S. M is have a goal that is measurable. How are you going to track your progress? And so measuring something, you can create a goal, but if you just create some random goal without a measurement, you're maybe not going to reach that goal. A, make it achievable. If you don't have a podcast, your goal should not be, I want to get 500 new listeners to my podcast, because your podcast doesn't even exist yet. So your goal would need to be like, I need to create a podcast in 90 days. So make sure that it's achievable. And this is realistic based on your current capacity. So don't make a goal that's so big that you know you're going to fail. Make it achievable. Then R is relevant. Does this goal align with my purpose and my audience? And then the last one, T, is time bound. When are you going to complete this particular goal? So we have be specific, make it measurable, make it achievable, make it relevant, and then have time specific goals. So here is an example of a vague goal. A vague goal would be, I want to grow my audience. Well, duh, we all want to grow our audience. That's too vague. So let's make a SMART goal. So a SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. And so a SMART goal would be, I want to grow my email list by 300 subscribers by July 1st. That's a very specific goal that requires very specific action items. So make your goal SMART, not big. So go ahead and, since you're watching with me, Kathy and Ann and Gail and somebody else who's not showing up on the chat, go ahead and put in the chat a yes or a no if you've ever set a goal that was too vague to really take action on, because I think that is one of the main problems that many of us face when we try to create a goal. So if you've ever done that, let me know. All right, so here are some common author goals that you could create that are SMART. So when we look at other people's goals or some practical goals that people set, we may inspire something for you. So here we go. Here's a couple things you could do. So grow your email list by 300 subscribers. Book 5 podcast interviews by a certain date. Reach 1,000 Instagram followers. Launch a lead magnet and get 1,000 or 100 downloads. Get 10 Amazon reviews in 90 days. Sell 200 books by direct sales. And the last goal I have is create and deliver a 3-part teaching series for your Facebook group. You see, those are very actionable goals that we can see and determine what it's going to take to make those goals become a reality. Each of the goals have a very clear metrics and they have a clear deadline. So as we meet together, we will really begin to create these goals, because those goals are going to determine how we are going to navigate our 90-day plan that we will create. Now, I want to encourage you, no matter where you are in the process, after we get done with the teaching, we have 2 more weeks left of really honing in on this teaching. You can go back and watch anytime at whatever stage you are, but we are going to kind of pause on a bunch of training and really start implementing all of these things together. So when we do purple goals, we need to really think about, like, why do goals matter? And the reason they matter is because goals are going to help you serve your audience better. It is going to give you a strategic way to really meet those needs that your audience has. Number 2, it's going to support the message that God's given you. So as you think about your book and the message that's in it and how you want to get that out into the world, really think, how does that then support the message that God has for you to share, and have those two be in alignment. And then 3, think through, does your goal build connection and not just visibility? We really want to connect with our reader. It's all about relationship when it comes to building our platform. So if your goal is to create and build your email list, make sure that it's not just about numbers. And I know many of you in this group, you are very focused on the mission that God has you on specifically, because our goal needs to be about nurturing people. So are you inviting them into something that is transformational? Are you offering them value? Maybe you're doing a devotional or a quiz or a prayer series or whatever it is, but make sure that it's not just about numbers, but about nurturing the people that God has placed in your path and is going to place in your path. It's not about popularity, it's about purpose, and it's a purpose-driven visibility. So here is the assignment that we are going to be working on together. I'm going to do a one-on-one coaching tomorrow with one of our authors and talk through this, but it's something that we will talk about next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday when we meet for coaching. And so what we need to do is think through and bring this. It is your book, Anne. I know. Isn't it pretty? I took one home. Think through your assignment. You want to write 3 to 5 SMART goals for the place that you are working to build your audience. Remember, you have a primary and you have a secondary. So think, here's my primary. And if you don't remember what those are, write them down, go back, do the trainings, determine what your primary and what your secondary is. And then as you determine that, we're going to write 3 to 5 goals for that primary. For each goal, ask, does this serve my reader and does it grow my message? And then break down those goals into actionable weekly steps. So here's an example. If your goal is to book 5 podcast interviews for your book release, then here are some tangible things that you would mark out to make sure you reach that goal. Number 1, you may discover and do some research so that you can find 10 shows that align with your message. Then draft an outreach email. So that's number 2. Draft an email that's going to tell the podcast host how you are going to serve their audience and what value you're going to bring them. Now, sometimes it can be the same email and sometimes it will be different. That's why you have to research and find out who is the audience that I'm trying to reach. Number 3, send 2 pitches per week. So you're making it very manageable. This is doable. I can do my research, I can draft an email, and now I'm going to send out 2 emails a week to try and navigate 5 podcast interviews. Then if people respond back to you, you respond. So follow up. That's step 4. And number 5, once you've been on that episode and you provided your audience everything that you promised, promote it once it airs. So 1 goal, 5 steps, and then big impact. As we really work through this Take Action Challenge, it's not about chasing every single opportunity to market that is out there. It's walking forward with very intentionally to have great impact. Your goals aren't just tasks that you're going to do. They are really an outpouring of what God has asked you to do and called you to do. So don't spin, start moving, and have direction over distraction. So as you create your SMART goals, remember the acronym. I can pull it back up. The acronym is S, be specific. M, have your goals be something that you can measure. Have your goals, A, be achievable. 4, have your goals be relevant to your audience with purpose. And number 5, have a timestamp. Give yourself a goal that has an end in mind. So it's not just sitting out there waiting to be done, but that you are very specifically coming up with these goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And once you have those goals, then begin putting the action steps of what is it going to take for me to get to that goal, which is kind of the idea of working backwards to discover how we can move forward. So that's what this is all about this week. I will put some of this stuff in the group so that you will have some of the content. We will talk about it next Saturday and really dive in deeper and start brainstorming these goals and how we are able to make them be a reality in our life. So set SMART goals, direction over distraction. All right. That was fun. I hope to see you again. We'll be on tomorrow, same time, same station, Redemption Press, Book Marketing Pro Academy, and we will have an interview with one of our authors to discover her goals and talk through how it is we would work this out. So thanks for being here. Bye for now.